Hello and welcome to Sharn Docks by Night against this backdrop fiery sky, which is heralding the start of the Illithid invasion. I can't claim to know too much of anything about that, but I do know that we are slowly but surely inching closer to the cap. It's, as mentioned in the previous one, it's becoming increasingly difficult on account of these psionic crowns replacing the standard red crowns in the game. And so every crown now, every champion, I guess they call them, don't they? I call them crowns, are now these psionic things. And it seems particularly when those are like mini bosses, like let's say the big Orthon down there in Grim and Barrett, the DR on those things is crazy, to the extent that sometimes my hits are doing 0 basic damage. I'm not a big reader of the forums, but I'm hearing that, well, I'm not surprised to be honest, that there's a bit of an outcry about this kind of thing. It does seem to me that it's rather upset the balance of the game. I mean, these things, in my opinion at least, are way more dangerous than Reapers. You just can't get rid of them that quickly, and the longer they stay up, the more powerful they get, I think. And also, they do insane amounts of damage to the player, more so than would a Reaper. At least that's how it seems to me. So, tough times if you want to continue playing at your regular level of difficulty. I also was told earlier that some of the standard methods of crowd control, like the greater colour spray, which is a favoured choice for many out of the Fade Arc tree, doesn't work on these things. So, tough times indeed. Oh yes, I ran across a psionic shaman, and I had real trouble killing him because his healing to me seemed prodigious, like way beyond anything I've encountered before. I think the next highest are probably those scorpion things. Is it nesting scorpions in the claw of Vulkor that can be so painful because they keep healing? Well, this shaman was healing so quickly, I was wondering if I was ever going to kill him. And my damage isn't that bad, as you've seen in the previous videos. One thing I did note going forward, which is going to help us, because we're always a bit tight on mana, using the mana for our heals, and not having magical training. We've got to be a bit careful. Normally with magical training I would say, oh well, 12 and 8, you know, it'll go down and we'll run on Echoes of Power and we'll be okay. But without that, you've just got to be a bit wary of running out, and Shrine if needs be, like Shrine for replenishing boosts. Where was I going with that? Oh yes, the Dex Trans that we're going to invest in this Horizon tree. Not until we reach Epic. For the moment I'm just topping up bits in here. I've took the 5th core in Deepwood, so we've got the ability to mark a target and remove some of its fortification and other good stuff. I noticed that it helps a little bit, or it seems to do, against the psionic things. I invariably use it against them or a boss. I've just noticed it's also +2 damage when attacking favoured enemies. I wish we could have the psionic thing as a favoured enemy. Yeah. So yes, back to topic. The No Step Mist Battle Trans. It takes no mana to cast. You start with 5 charges, and on a roll of a 20 for your attack roll, you have a chance to restore one. And as we are attacking like crazy, not just plink, plink, plink like an archer might, I would think that we have a pretty good chance to restore a good number of charges along the way too. So that's nice to think about. I was just looking, because this is essentially, well, it is not essentially, it is a ranged tree. So I was looking at some of the things that we might pick up in here on our way up to there that might benefit us. Always on haste could be nice, and that comes with some little extra bonuses, reflex and dodge, so that's not terrible. The marking of the target for -2 to saves, -24, that's quite a big deal actually, so we could still do what we're doing now with this thing in unlimited amounts to the psionics and bosses and that kind of thing, so that's not terrible. Blah blah. 3 to attack, not terrible. Dodge, if we're not already at the cap, we could take some dodge in here, and then we would have more points freed up in the Reaper tree to go elsewhere, which could be nice. No, not so much. Favoured enemy, definitely. If you didn't know, every favoured enemy you have adds 2 to hit and damage to all favoured enemies. So let's say we have 4, and we took this one, making 5, we would get 10 to hit and damage to all of them, which is quite tasty. Saves versus traps, not terrible. I don't know about that. No, that's a bow specific. No, no, no. So, oh, of course, you know I'm a muppet. Why am I looking in tier 3 when all we want from tier 3 is these 3? So, a bit of attack bonus, a favoured enemy, maybe some dodge. Not a complete waste anyway. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we won't be taking too many fillers in there. Maybe just the odd save versus traps. So not terrible. And we'll obviously be cutting back our spend in this deepwood tree. And removing... no, we won't. We haven't got any points to remove, have we? That's a universal point, and so are these two. Okay. That's it for the waffle. I tend to find that the waffle gets shorter as we get closer to epic and then closer to the cap, because the key elements of the build are already set, and I've done the learning I've got to learn about what works and what doesn't. So we will tear ourselves away from this spectacular backdrop, and we'll go and have a go at one of these. I've been doing some of these on the Sharn docks here. I thought about doing Finding Doris, but that's a long old quest, is that. So let's try instead the Offshore account. Now the fights in Reaper, they're just tough when there's a big group, and I just can't heal through the Reaper nerf, not adequately. So we really do struggle to... it's basically a case of finish the fight in a reasonable time and wait for the Reaper nerf to wear off, and then do your healing, or suffer the consequences, meaning death. So it's always a race against time to get the job done. To that end, we have our boosts to help us. We're always vulnerable, especially with the big crowds of opponents, to 2 or 3 of those psionic appearing in there. I mean, when that happens, it's just, yeah, not fun times. Okay.
David Shelby's apartment is up inside this tower. He claims to have information about Fathom Endeavors for sale. You've arrived just outside of David Shelby's home. There's just one small hitch.
See there, we led with the Dance of Death
Glaring in your
and
direction.
then followed up with
You hear
Exposing
grunts
Strike
and
to hit
snarls
both of them.
beyond the door the
It's
thugs
been a
have
nice
barred.
little combo for me as that. Might try that again here. Oh, hang on, no, I'm going to boost because we've got a psionic there. Now, I think we saw there that if we remove the psionic quick enough, you can still get them while they're reasonably weak, but that's all well and good as far as it goes. Sometimes it's not practical or even feasible to do that. Oh, and we've got another one down here. Let's take away some of the fortification. Now, I don't know if we have to be in melee range of him to do that. I don't think we do. It's a mark, so I would assume we can just sort of point at it or whatever he does to mark, and it gets targeted that way. But it stuck around long enough for you to see the awful amount of damage it can do when not controlled in some way.
And yet there's no sign of how he died. Perhaps there's a clue inside his apartment that points to the information he promised you.
Okay, now this is going to be a big group. Can we funnel them through? I thought it was. Is it only on Epic? You get a big, on Legendary, you get a big group there. Oh, what's going on? Oh, do you know? I've left one of the clues. Isn't that just typical of me? Yeah. As I think one of the titles of one of my videos was once, if you want to see pro gameplay, move along please. Which one did I forget then? Was it the one up at the top? Yep.
You've learned that David had a safe house hidden in a water purification
Take
plant
two.
down by the Sharn docks. David Shelby lies lifeless in his bed.
I thought something was up when I didn't see that row of opponents coming down the main area
You
there.
want to catch a sky coach, head down to the docks.
Right, I
and
think we'll
find his
boost for
safe
these.
house.
Especially as I can see a nasty one at the front there. Oh, it has to be the boss as well. And a huge amount of lag as well. Thanks, game. You see, we've only managed to knock it down halfway. Now this will serve as a nice little evaluation of just how resistant they are. And he's got the fortification removal. Look, I've seen at least 1 0. The figures on the left in orange are the actual hit things. The yellow stuff is the bonus damage. I should have put my growing storm on for a bit more damage, but we were having sometimes nothing, and the standard damage for this is like is it 100 a hit, or at least 50 I would think by this time. So to have nothing, what does that tell you about the DR these things are packing? That's insane. And it kind of bears out the point I was making earlier as well, that when it's a mini boss like that was, that is a psionic, the problem gets 10 times worse, because they seem to be souped up even more. Oh, come on, don't lag too much. Oh god, that's 2. Ooh. Triggering boosts. Well, at least it's 2 standard ones, not 2 like mini boss, but even so, they're horrible, horrible things. Halfway down the health bar again. I'm not expecting any presents or anything, but it's just such a ramp up in difficulty that, at least to me, and purple happens to be on a class here that is only crowd control. It's a very good one, but it's only one thing, the exposing strike. When that's on cooldown, they're going to leather us. And if there's more than one, well, good luck with that. We're already running low on boost. Okay, that was pretty good. Can we try and hold this area? We can pick off one or two. Now I don't think we'll be too bad against her magic because we have evasion. So maybe we won't even get knocked over, I don't know. Take some of her fort away. Trying to save okay, I was trying to save the last two boosts because I'm not sure even where the shrine is in this.
The pilot agrees to bring you down to the docks. Just board his sky coach and you'll be on your way. You disembark the sky coach.
That was a misplay. I should have healed well before these things came active.
You've convinced the guard to open the gate. Now to search for David Shelby's safe house.
Oh, what are you doing? Okay, a floating crab. I think we might use the spring attack here to start. Pretty good. Pause for a moment, have a little
a giant
heal here.
Stands near the open waterway. Oddly enough, it wears a metal helmet and holds a key in one of its pincers.
I would love to invis here, but I don't have anything that can give me that, I don't think, do I? No.
Maybe you can help me.
Purple's still searching for an invis item of any description, which means that when we come up here we're going to be completely exposed to this gunfire, although we do have a very good deflect missile, so hopefully that will help. Dodger, you could see, was helping there as well. Oh lovely, oh lovely. A psionic. And look how much of our health it's taken off already. Gonna have to boost. Oh, this could be death. This could totally be death. I've actually made a terrible mistake there as well. We were using a non-ooze weapon. I've got quickened heals mapped to different keys so that when we're in a crap situation like this and really want a heal, we can perhaps have a little bit of something. Okay, swap the weapons back, so we'll probably see now that these are pretty badly damaged. Yeah, normally you don't see more than a couple of points of damage, but here, yeah, that's still. Main thing is we escaped with our lives, so far at least. Now why can we not heal? Is it because there is an ooze down here? No. Why are we not healing properly? Oh, that's a bit crap. I guess I'm just gonna have to force through it then. Aside from it happening faster, the main draw of having quicken on the heals or any spell, if you didn't know, is it's no longer able to be interrupted by taking damage. So that's why I have a couple of heals quickened on the bar for use in combat. It still gets nerfed by the Reaper mode, but At least it's guaranteed to be cast. Oh, and another lovely psionic right off the bat. Okay, managed to get rid of that. Still don't see a shrine. Okay, swap the weapon. Go away, you. Your presence is not required here. Okay, so we didn't see a shrine on the way, did we? Or at least I don't think we did. So we're going to have to make do with our solitary boost. Still can't get a heal. For some reason it's still classing us as being in combat or something here. Okay. Is it because that little shellfish is there? I bet it might have been. Okay, so let's try not to die too horribly. I think there's ooze all over here, so we better swap the weapon, get the Hood of Unrest going, hit the boost. Remove some of his fortification and just hope not to get horribly belched on. Throw the AoE in when the other things come in. Oh yes, yes, yes.
The crayfish settles over to the locked door, and you feel it tug in your mind as he
Really didn't want to kill all those because of the Reaper being a possibility from any of them, but it's ended okay, I think.
You suddenly realize that the odd telepathic crayfish holds the soul of your supposedly dead informant.
Happy days.
As a final request,
I will take that, but I think you can see, you saw enough there to see that the psionic opponents, every crown is now a psionic opponent while this Illithid event is going on. That's ramped up the difficulty pretty considerably, I think. I'll be interested to see how that translates into legendary. Our little group, as you might have seen, we've been slowly upping the levels that we've been running from 6 to 8 in some of the softer legendary content. I'm willing to bet with some of those psionic things around, we're not going to last long on 8 anymore. That said, this time at least we emerged victorious, so onwards into the epics. Thanks very much as always for looking, and I will speak to you there. Take care.